The United Earth Directorate took control of the Renegade Zerg and sent them over to the planet of Tarsonis, one of the planets that Kerrigan herself controls. And while we initially thought that they were able to do so because of their control over the Overmind, after we lost a couple of outposts, we figured out that there were actually scientists down on the planet's surface as well. And after we took care of them, the Renegade Zerg stopped attacking and we ended up obtaining the victory in the previous mission. So I think that means that the UED may not actually have as firm of a control over the Overmind as we initially assumed. I guess we'll figure that out in the future. Regardless though, the next mission is called Drawing of the Web, and apparently we are in holding orbit over the planet Shakuras.
Cerebrate, it's time we return to Shakuras. I have some unfinished business with the Dark Templar matriarch, Rashagal. I'll need to steal her from her tribe before we can finally assault the Overmind on Char. However, her defenders will not simply allow us to take her away.
The PYLON clusters are generating some sort of electromagnetic field that is preventing our flyers from maneuvering. We won't have any air support at all.
Then we'll need some new strategy.
Perhaps it would be best if we stage some kind of diversion, my queen, and claim the matriarch during the confusion.
What did you have in mind, Duran?
The Protoss outpost of Telematros is built upon a large mesa and is essentially impregnable to ground attacks. However, Telematros is fueled and supported by a number of adjacent PYLON clusters. I believe that if we can cause a surge within those PYLON clusters, we can cause Telematros power grids to overload. The resulting explosion will be the perfect cover for retrieving the matriarch.
Queen, simple, devious. I like it. Make it happen, Duran. Cerebrate, you'll provide cover for Duran as he infiltrates the PYLON clusters. Let nothing stand in our way.
I like the way the developers, make sure that you can't play mass air. Just like we saw in a couple of the Protoss missions. Obviously, we found out already in previous missions that playing mass carrier is extremely powerful, and we also now found out that Guardians are pretty good. If you get 12 Guardians out, you can essentially not lose the missions anymore. It turns out, though, that apparently we won't be able to play air here in the next one, so we'll have to come up with something a little bit differently. Regardless, though, the objective is to bring Duran to each of the Zerg beacons, and of course, he must survive as well. Alrighty. Ooh, look at that minimap. Oh, that is a ton of pylons. Oh, I love it. Okay. That's really cool. So we need to bring Duran right here to the center of all of these little beacons. Alrighty. So I guess we'll get started right here by immediately sending our workers to mining and by also creating some new drones. This is probably going to be helpful to have at least a couple of them. Making sure that we are not going to just simply end up dying. Apparently there's actually a mineral cluster here reasonably nearby as well. I'm just going to go ahead and start off with a sunken colony as well, just because I feel like that's probably going to be useful. And we'll just continuously make more and more drones here in the earlier part of the game. Look at that. We even have some bottle-shaped objects, whatever those are. We're on a Protoss planet, alright. Some high-tech stuff. Considering we won't be able to make air, I think it's probably smart for us to go ahead and maybe focus on... Ooh, I thought for a second that was a Mutalisk, so... But no, it's just a critter. I think it might be useful for us if we once again focus on a whole lot of Hydralisks. Maybe some Lurkers, maybe some Ultras as well, because I found them to be really good in the previous missions. Obviously, Lurkers in general are incredible if you manage to burrow them underground, although this time around, of course, we will be going up against what will more than likely be a pretty defendable outpost here for the Protoss. It's going to be an important outpost for them, and I wouldn't be surprised if we are going up against, like, Reavers and everything as well, which does require me to go for a bunch of micro. Just checking out if maybe there's... Just like, anything stopping me from getting this base up and running. It looks like there's even a gas here as well, which isn't quite the gold standard so far in this campaign, so that's nice. Let's continuously get some more drones out. I may want to get myself another sunken or so, if I can. So I can go ahead and get this expansion going up as well. And just to make sure that we aren't just simply going to lose. And actually, apparently there's a handful of zealots here already, trying to be a bit of a nuisance. Oh, there's a Dark Templar. Do I have an Overlord nearby? Where did I just made one. I made a couple of them. I actually hung them out in the corner. That is not quite what I had anticipated. Okay, we just barely see it apparently. Guess the Overlords are now in close proximity, or at the very least close enough. That could have gone real bad real fast. Dark Templar, of course, are on their home planet right now of Shakuras. It's pretty important we take care of them. If we need to. Let's go ahead and get started as well with an evolution chamber then. Just so I can make sure that we are going to be in a decent position. Actually, I think I need to send you over to that base. Very good. Now, some of you have been wondering, Lowko, why do you not just take care of these critters? Because all of a sudden I see them on the minimap and they freak me out a little. Killing critters is clearly bad luck. I've seen too many pro games where one of the pro gamers accidentally ends up killing one of the critters on the map and they end up losing the match. I'm not a very superstitious person, don't worry, but I don't know. I don't wanna just kill this dinosaur that's flying about here, okay? It's not necessary. I'll just have to pay close attention to what we're going up against. Anyways, I'll be able to get myself the first missile upgrade, which I think is gonna be very helpful. And let's also go ahead and get ourselves another 2 or so of these things set up. There we go. Just so we get some spores here as well. And if need be, I'm gonna have detection as well as defense, of course, against air. I think that's gonna be very helpful. I'm also gonna get myself some gases here. My new base is already coming in as well, so that should be quite nice here. Once it finishes up, let's get another spore colony going here too. There we are. And I think with my first one on the gas, I'm gonna be getting myself some of these hydraulics upgrades as well. And eventually we will be able to arrive at a pretty solid amount of army, I think. As long as we build up that economy, like I feel like we're doing... actually, I may go metabolic boost upgrade first. Anyway, so far we've really been doing a pretty similar strategy throughout the entire campaign, right? Like, simply building up that economy and eventually building up a really big army as well. Just simply playing defensive. It's kind of how I play multiplayer in StarCraft 2 as well. Just play very defensive and eventually overpower my opponent. I like the way that, you know, generally speaking, plays out. Anyway, I do, of course, get myself the upgrades right now for the Hydras already. Let's get started here with the Hydra, or rather the Zerg speed upgrade as well. And this base is now finished up, so I think I'm going to set my rally points over here. So we can get some drones going at that expansion too, because there's probably already going to be enough here in the main. Probably want to maybe even transfer a couple of them. Just in case. Don't know if I'm going to need any defenses over here. But just because we can. It's probably not a bad idea to maybe get a spore and a spine going here each. Oh, mate. No, that's bad. I'm actually baiting them right now to watch this. Okay, no. Okay, they're returning. Good. Merciful zealots. I like it. I could have gone real bad, real quick, but here we go. Oh, we got a bunch of Sunkens here. Sunkens are incredible. I even now have some detection here for the Dark Templar. And while I will end up losing quite a bit here, actually, more so than I had anticipated, we should be able to stay at the very least alive with minimal defenses, right? And that's kind of our top priority. Staying alive with as little as possible while building up that eco. Always a good thing for Zerg, because that means that you squeezed out a lot of drones. Although I'll probably have to rebuild a Sunken or 2 here. Just in case. Alright. Let's go ahead and get ourselves the very first Hydra upgrade here as well. Continuously send workers here to that mineral patch. And I guess we'll start taking up towards the lair here in just a second as well. Maybe I can get +1 carapace here first. Before I worry about anything, but... yeah, probably not a terrible idea. There we go. Getting carapace upgrades right now too. Alright. There we go. So I got a pretty solid army here, or a pretty solid economy here already. I think this is a good moment to save. Because I kind of want to continue droning here for a little while longer and get this complete saturation of the natural as well. We'll get ourselves that gas here as well. And, well, you know what? I'll send a couple of drones back in action there. But, this is a bit of a risky moment right now where I could easily mess this one up. Alright. Getting myself the first set of upgrades. Very nice. Can I get another hatchery in between here too? That would be really lovely. Apparently I can. That's great, because that means that I'm going to be capable of making this my primary hive cluster, I suppose, for production once we do start moving out across the map. Duran, I need you. Apparently he's infested Duran right now, actually. He's got a bit of a different name, but I need you to hang out right over here. I've hotkeyed you at hotkey 0. Which allows me to quickly pick you up if I need to. And these workers right here that I just made are going to be the last ones for now. The ones that I'm not all too worried about. And very soon we should be finishing up that lair. I'm gonna be getting myself the grooved spines upgrade. With you guys mining over there And you guys mining over on that side of the map. And then you all moving over towards this expansion. Should I add another drone and gas? Maybe one more would not be a bad idea. Probably one more over here too. Just to optimize it. I'm going to be in a great position here to start building up that Lurker Hydra-based army that I think is going to be very good. And of course, shortly, we're also going to be able to start transitioning here towards +2/+2 upgrades. Let's get myself some burrow here just in case I need to. Probably won't use it. I usually get it and then not ever use it, but it's okay. Alrighty, so we got a nice little setup. And from here on out, I think I'm going to start making a lot more army. Already getting myself a handful of Hydras, of course. I think we can start moving across the map with like... I would say like 2 or 3 control groups worth, just to make sure that we are gonna have enough. But already, I'm actually quite liking the setup that we are in. I should, however, get myself Nemetis Carapace. And actually, apparently they do push over here. That's actually a lot of stuff. That's actually a lot of units. I'm desperately trying currently to send my units over there. Same, of course, for our beloved Duran. Gotta be careful here, Lowko. Don't want to lose that base. I did not anticipate them actually pushing over to this side of the map. That's rather annoying. Question is, do I have enough here? I don't think so. Woo! Duran, can you clean this up? Eventually, you probably will. Wait, I can still see you? But how, though? Do you have an observer nearby? I don't see an observer anywhere. This is annoying. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back. I was a little bit too greedy right there with my drones. Oh, wow, really? This time around, they're pushing over here first. Little bit differently, actually. I just finished up a whole lot of units in my natural expansion. But it turns out that apparently they're gonna make a bit of a move over on this side instead. Interesting. Look at that. I put a couple, just a handful of Sunkens over at my expansion. That's interesting. I did not anticipate them pushing in this direction first. That's okay. Static defense is pretty nice. Ooh, that's an observer over there. There may be observers nearby. They're usually pretty tricky to spot. Anyway, I've come to really like my Sunkens, though. This is just like the beginning of my Warcraft 3 playthrough. Initially, I didn't really play any kind of static defense whatsoever, and then over time I figured out how amazing they are. Static defense in this game, definitely stronger than in StarCraft 2, okay? There's really no doubt about it. Like, Sunkens are incredible. It's probably due to the fact as well that the pathing can be a little bit funny. I wonder how much that is going to be part of this. But anyway, getting myself a group of Hydralisks right now. I already have one full control group at this point. I think this is a wonderful little moment once again to save. Make sure that we're not going to mess up. And do a little bit of exploration. Oh wow, would you look at that. There's actually another base up here. So I guess the game is making the assumption that I'm going to need quite a lot of resources, hey? I'll need to get another base going up over there then. Fair enough. We can probably start moving though towards the very first objective point. This is going to be my F2 position, by the way. I want to rally all of those units in that direction. We are shortly also going to be able to get myself some lurkers, which I like quite a bit. There's actually a ramp leading up on this end of the map, apparently. I don't know how many units there are going to be, though. Okay, apparently at the same time, there's also a bit of a push going on at my natural expansion, although these will absolutely get shredded. Although, actually, whew, well, Dark Templar is still so strong, though. They do a lot of damage. Alright, here we go. Moving into the very first objective point. Very nice. Let's go ahead and get myself some more upgrades. Dark Templar are indeed now attacking me, but I guess that was to be expected. Ooh, single Archon now also trying to go to town on us. But here we go. We got a lot of units now coming in. As long as we've got a couple of Overlords, we're probably going to be in a pretty okay position. Okay, you guys can be hotkey 3. And you're also going to get a free Overlord in your party, I know. Very generous today. Alright, lovely. Duran, hotkey 0. Come on over, sir. Can you cause an explosion? I don't know exactly how this is going to work out, but I did take control of the very first objective point. I think putting an Overlord in each control group, or at the very least right-clicking some of those units in there, is very helpful. Alright. There's quite a lot of units actually currently coming in. Duran! There you go. How can I be of service? Well, maybe you should start doing your job. That would help. Ooh, he took a lot of damage.
Pylon cluster set to overload.
Oh, is that it? Oh, it's gonna be one big explosion near the ending. Oh, I see. Alright, so I've done the first objective point. I guess next up, we're gonna be moving up towards the northern end of this map instead. I've already got so much income, though. I guess I could go ahead and set a couple of workers over there. Maybe I should make a handful of drones here just a little bit, but that's okay. Just kind of a lot of things to take care of right now because I've already got a lot of extra money. Alright, hotkey 3. I've got a special assignment for you guys. Because all of you need to be morphed into lurkers. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna wait for a little bit. I don't really need to be all too aggressive here. There's already only so many things I can really do at one given time, right? That does mean, of course, that hotkey 3 is gonna need a little bit of babysitting as well. But as long as we've got 3 control groups worth of things trying to make a move for it, I don't think we can really complain about this. Alright, great. So no Reavers to be seen anywhere just yet. Seems like these ones, though, are not nearly as heavily defended as some of the others. I can get a handful more workers here if I need to. And I guess you guys can be hotkey 4. And you're also gonna get even 2 overlords with the party. Crazy. Alright, lurkers. I need you to move up the ramp here. Do a bit of a burrow. Oh, I love lurkers, man. They're so strong. Alright. 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. Get you guys in there. I'm playing so much faster than I used to be at the beginning of this playthrough, am I not? I don't know, I'm not doing a great job spending, I don't think. I can definitely become better at that, but we are definitely becoming a little bit quicker. Let's go ahead and do that transition towards the hive right now as well. And Duran, got another little objective for you. I don't know if you need any babysitting, because even though you seem to be cloaked from time to time, you still take a bunch of damage. Not entirely sure how that works. Anyway, this one is easily going to be taken care of as well. I need to get rid of this overlord in that control group. Well, there's a couple of lurkers here. Lurkers are pretty good against Dark Templar. Yep. That seems to do just fine. Alright.
Target set.
Lovely. They actually continuously push in here, though. I would like you to move back for just a little bit, but look at this. This is actually pretty crazy already. A lot of different engagements happening here all at once. Kinda tempted to maybe send a... There's a slug! Kinda tempted to maybe send some of my units back for defenses, is what I was gonna say. All of my stuff is absolutely getting shredded right now, though. These things, of course, they deal a lot of splash damage, so you need to be careful with the way that things are grouping up together. Okay, I think we're good. If you guys could all turn into lurkers, that would make this significantly easier. Lovely. Oh, got the 2 shuttles. Great. Where are we going to be heading next? I think we're going to be heading towards the one in the top right-hand corner here next. I think it makes the most sense. 1A, 2A, 3A, or 3 can't A move, because they don't have a technical attack, so that makes it a little tricky to actually move them about, but these guys are going to be morphing in. There we go. Burrow the lurkers underneath, and with that, I think we're going to be in a pretty powerful position where this base is going to be really tough to break. Before we move up this ramp, though, let's make sure that we're saved, just in case. This is what I was worried for. Gotta be microing and splitting them off as much as I can. I'll still target firing down the lurkers as well. Or the what are they called? Whew! The slugs! The Reavers! Reavers are actually really strong, though. They deal so much damage in such a short amount of time. It's just, of course, that after a couple of hits, they're kind of out of... You know, they're kind of out of anything. Let's continue making some overlords here as well, which I think is going to be helpful. Continuously reinforce this army, and Infested Duran once again can start moving across the map towards this next objective point. I kind of want to have him escorted with some units as well, though. So here we go. Great. Alright, nice. So it looks like we're taking control of this one too. This is definitely not an easy mission. Overlords are needed everywhere. I did just end up cloaking Duran just because we can. Yeah, they're continuously dropping off units from the center here. So tricky. Alright. Well, I got a ton of money though. So if I were to play this a little bit more efficiently, I guess I would be able to absolutely crush a lot of these objectives here. Okay, let's get you in there. Good.
This cluster is ready to overload.
Great. Duran, I need you back again. I think we're gonna move towards the left-hand side of the map next. I think we're gonna move over in this direction here next. I think I'm gonna do the same over here as well, though, like we did with the other one. Gonna need a couple of lurkers just to keep control of this base. Main is currently running low, so let's send some workers over there. And we're once again gonna make a bit of a push here. Across the map. Okay. Very good. And with that, I've got more lurkers coming in. They look like little discs, I suppose, right here on that selection panel at the bottom. We got some more of those coming in, reinforcing my army here with more and more units. Okay, very nice. And I've got a much bigger force right now heading towards the left-hand side of this map as well. I wonder if I should make... I probably don't need to. I wonder if I should make more hatcheries just to, like, spend my money more efficiently. There is another base I could potentially take over here. Although, is there even a way for me to move up this ramp? Can I get Nemetai, or can I get... I guess I can get the site radius. Apparently there's no Fantral Sacks, though, for me to be getting right now. So how exactly do I make my way towards... There. Can I move on the left hand side? Oh, I may be able to move all the way over here. There is another base I can take. That may be quite helpful. Oh, okay. Am I really gonna have to go all the way through here? I think I may need to. I don't know if this is a base I need to take out, but it does look like something that I could be running into some trouble with. Let's get an expansion started over there too. Even some Dark Archon right now. Ooh. Okay, let's send some overlords in this direction as well. And we're gonna have to actually deal now with a bunch of carriers? Oh man, these missions are getting so much more, like so much more tricky. Really liking this difficulty here, it's so sick. Apparently though, my overlords right there are not quite going to be in time, and I think that this base may very well end up dying. Am I even supposed to go here though? I think I'm gonna have to cross this bridge. I think so. Alright. Time for the next push. Left-hand side of the map. Gonna reinforce this once again with a lot of new units. Okay, lurkers also need to push forward. And hotkey 4, you guys actually still have a lot of units. Apparently you didn't really die. Let's send you also in this direction. Is this even where I need to go though? Maybe I don't. It does look like this is a place where I need to go. Yeah, look at the amount of army. Alright. Before we do anything, once again, let's go ahead and make sure that we are saved. Just in case I absolutely mess this up. Because of the fact that there's like continuous detection that's needed as well, and my overlords lost their initial lock-on, I suppose, because those units died. We're gonna have to send some new overlords in this direction as well, just in case. Let's get some new overlords started. I obviously had him on that attack group as well, which makes it so that these units feel like attacking, but... Alright. Duran, can you go ahead and hang out over here, maybe? Let's send some units over in that direction.
All forces are under attack.
Okay. Get you guys up on the high ground here as well. And Duran, you're gonna have to go into that circle. Alright, nice. We're taking control of this base right here as well. Oh man, I like Zerg so much. I'm such a Zerg fanboy, but seriously, they're so sick. It feels like such a swarm right now moving across the map, you know what I mean? Like, even though we're not really in control and it's all kind of sloppy and like we're not playing it perfectly whatsoever, I feel like we're doing like a good job just simply overwhelming our opponent, and it's really satisfying in a way. Alright, that means there's only one remaining right now. I don't know if I can actually go there. Maybe I needed to stay on the right-hand side of the map and I'm gonna have to go all the way back. Or maybe I can just simply walk down here this ramp and go from there. Okay. If you could hang out over there for a while and not die, that'd be lovely. I'll go ahead and send you a bit of an escort. There we go. Alright. Let's get the lurkers unburrowed. Great. And have them moving in this direction as well. Very good. Want to reinforce hotkey group 3 because apparently they're in a little bit of trouble. And there is indeed a way for me to move over here. Great. Lovely. Gonna need some more overlords there. Oh man, so many hydras. Okay. Let's make some room here for these lurkers to get into position as well. Because if they are in the ground, right, all of a sudden everything just dies. Obviously ramps still an issue. Gonna try and micro against these units as well. Wonderful. Let's get you guys in there. Duran, I need you right-clicked on this little beacon. I think with that, we are getting to a point where we have got a lot of stuff. We've completed the main objectives for this mission. And I think that we may very well be able to set off the charges once Infested Duran walks into that beacon. Duran, I gotta walk a little bit faster. I guess if you could play air on this map though, it'd be so unfair, right? You would be able to just simply abuse the high grounds like no tomorrow. But here we go, let's blow up a Protoss base.
Pylon cluster set to overload. My queen, the last charge is set. Telematros will explode on your command.
Very well. Cerebral, send my minions down to the planet and have them retrieve the matriarch. Duran, ignite the charges.
Ignition commencing.
Oh. I like that they gave me a little bit of a countdown right there as well, just to make sure that we were paying attention to the center of the map. But indeed, with the pylons apparently exploded, they created a bit of a chain reaction, and with that, the Protoss base is now gone. And hopefully we managed to, you know, not blow up the matriarch, I suppose. Or maybe that was actually part of the plan, who knows. Guess we'll figure that out in the next episode. And speaking of which, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get a notification as soon as the next episode goes live. We are actually nearing the ending right now of this playthrough as well. It's almost a little bit sad in a way. Special shout out to all of the Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome, but I will see you in the next one.